Alrighty, we are back with episode 2 of our Feral Druid 0 to Hero. Last week, didn't really get into much. I think I recorded the one Mythic 0 just to get some gear. Didn't get into any M+, but this week I did only an Algeth'ar 2 and Algeth'ar 2. We're sitting... Oh, I crafted the ring because I really wanted the flavor pocket. Every time I died, I was just losing my food buff, and that wasn't cool. 483, nothing crazy. I think I did Algeth'ar. I have a vault that I haven't opened yet. Yeah, I did Algeth'ar, and I did 2 dungeons this week. So let's open the vault. Check my loot spec. Feral. I need tier. I don't have any tier. I need shoulders. Tier shoulders would be perfect, actually. Oh, and I purchased the Whispering Incarnate icon with the Boolean. Okay, not tier. Not tier. Not tier. Not tier. Not tier. Oh, great. And this is all veteran. This is hero. Oh, a big ring. Ace verse. I don't want that. Alright, I just opted for the bracers because it was the biggest item level upgrade. Even though it's haste mastery, I'm looking for crit. And I did lose a little bit of crit on these. But that's fine. Still plenty of room to get more item level. So I have 2 catalyst charges. And I guess I can do this chest piece and the gloves, because I really don't want to catalyze, or the boots, veteran gear, but I'm fine catalyzing champion. So let's go catalyze, get our 2-piece, and then we'll get into a dungeon. Alright, we got into a +2 Azure Vault. We're sitting on 2-piece. Oh, wait, 2-piece. I got the chest and the gloves. Now what I did just realize is, for some reason, this has linked my main profile. Like, this just updated this morning. Because I was running yesterday and this was not on here. So I went back on the Raider.io website. Made sure to unlink this character from my main account. Because, I mean, if they see, like, stats that I've been running with other characters, I feel like it's easier to get invited, so... Just going to treat this character like it's brand new. And we're going to the Azure Vault. Alright, so instead of a live commentary, I decided to make like a highlight clips and just commentate over top of it. So this is the AV. Before we started, the tank said he's new. He's going to pull slow, small packs. It's all good. We're fighting up here on the ledge, which I'm not a huge fan of, as you can see in a second. Something or someone ends up pulling the tree pack by the stairs. We end up wiping because we're just not ready for it. And as you'll see later, I suspect I know who the player is that pulled it, but we'll get into that in a second. We didn't chain wipe. Like, we rezzed and then eventually killed the rest of the trash here back in the first room. So off to a rocky start, but it gets a little more interesting towards the end, as you'll see. So we get down to the first ring, and the tank is clearly waiting for this patrol because he doesn't want to pull everything. And the fire mage just starts ripping, pulling stuff for no reason. Okay, next pack, fire mage still is pulling for the tank. I don't know why. He feels the need to do this. And again, I guess he's in cooldowns here with combust or something. He's all lit up on fire. Pulls another pack for the tank. I mean, I wasn't even noticing at this point. I noticed the first one, but I didn't notice until I watched it back. And the tank started complaining. He pulls another one here. And then, on top of all that, he's standing here, and the patrol comes, and look at him, he just plants. Starts casting Pyroblast, I'm guessing. Pulls another pack. In this case, it was by accident. I guess he didn't pull it on purpose. And then The tank pings the book to fly over to the other thing. He's just not paying attention. He pulls like the 5th pack in a row. And at this point, the tank is like, please, stop. You'll see here on the screen. He says, fucking stop. So this whole time, the mage is complaining about we're not going to time it, blah, blah, blah. Get to the last boss, the healer DCs, and then he's like, oh, the healer quit because we weren't going to time it. And keep in mind, we had 7 minutes left when we landed on this boss's platform. So clearly, plenty of time. And then me and I guess the balance druid were like, you have literally no idea what you're talking about. So he was pulling for the tank the whole time, like just being a nuisance, and the healer DC'd, which is fine, not the healer's fault. And then we ended up not even timing this dungeon because of the disconnect. But despite a bad start to the morning of running keys, I was able to actually find a pretty solid group for a +2 Algeth'ar Academy. So in the beginning, I think it was a group of friends, 2 or 3 of them. They were kind of like joking around, waiting for their buddy. So the vibes were already good before the key even started. And I wanted to include this pool here because I guess depending on the tank, you never know how big they're going to go. So I got them just here. I didn't send anything yet. Just kind of ramping up. I'm about to send my Convoke here. You can see my damage is slowly jumping. I send the Convoke. Jump up into the 300k range here. Avoiding everything. I might have butt pulled that pack, but he's fine. He can handle it. Still trying not to cap on my combo points. Sitting around 320. So yeah, solid pool. One of the funnest pools I think this season is just this first one in Algeth'ar Academy. Because a lot of times they'll just grab everything and you can just send all your CDs. I sent Convoke, but I never did send Berserk, which is probably a mistake on my part. I wasn't thinking about it, but you'll see here the damage is still ramping. I'm up into the 400 now. I crest over the 400k DPS mark. And keep in mind, this is still only with 2 set. I haven't got my 4 set yet. Still learning the rotation. Feeling out, but this pool felt really good. So we jump off the platform after the second boss, and this is another fun pool here. Depending on how big the tank wants to go. And I saw him once he pulled in the second pack. Gonna have some big damage, hopefully. The one problem with Feral is, with your AoE bleeds, everything kind of needs to be close enough together so you can actually hit all the mobs. So it can be tough while they're gathering up all the mobs, but yeah, start hitting pretty big damage here. 250. Tank jumped above me there for a little bit. I think I get into the 300s. Yeah, keeping up with the mage there for a little bit. Another fun pool. Now, Algeth'ar Academy has the best pools, I think, right now. Big DPS. So right before third boss, at this point I assumed he was going to pull everything, but I don't know if you'll notice, like my cursor, I start to get a little frazzled. I'm like, should I Typhoon? Should I Vortex? All that stuff. Do I need to worry about interrupts? I was just kind of overwhelmed with everything. Wasting combo points, like not sending them. Still trying to get the rotation down, but yeah, hit 400k here. This is a really good pool. Pally is actually pumping. I didn't even notice till right now. I don't think I tip over 500, but 460s. Another big one. So let's just clean up the trash at the end because we missed some percent, but got out of this +2 AA. This group was perfect. Actually, I didn't even notice we had a deathless run, so really good run. +3, or 3 chests at a +2 Algeth'ar Academy. So at this point in the day, I've been running keys pretty much all day. I changed a few things of my playstyle. Basically, I'm not trying to tab target and put rake on everything, because that is just too much mental power wasted on going around trying to put rake on everything. So I have my one prio target, and I'll weave in rake, you know, every now and then just to spread it. I added a weak aura, you'll see like the white bars to let me know when I have my free and fully powered Ferocious Bite. Because I actually didn't know that cleaved until earlier in the day. So basically it cleaves to anything with your bleeds, I believe. I'll have to check the talent. But once I started doing that, I noticed much more consistent DPS. Here I get my interrupt, I get my stun. We gather up the mobs. I'm just trying to focus on weaving in rakes, not tabbing around, getting on everything. I probably am losing a little bit of damage, but I'm much more focused on what's going on around me. I'm able to stun, interrupt, you know, dodge stuff much more easier. So I'm taking all that mental capacity away from tab targeting and focusing more on mechanics. And right here, this is a pretty good pull, Halls of Infusion. Some of the first pulls have some juicy packs. 300k here. And I'm not wasting my free Ferocious Bites. Before, I didn't even have anything on my screen to tell me I had free ones, so. This is a good pull. It's a little weird because the Hunter sends his flare in a weird spot, and the tank doesn't run in. He actually grips in the mobs, but this is usually a pretty fun pull with Fortified. Just here, I get the interrupt. But this is another thing. If the mobs aren't grouped up, you see the one in the back isn't really getting anything. And now, once they're grouped up, I can start hitting them all with my bleeds. That's a big thing. So if I'm running with the DH and he can chain them all together, it helps me in the long run. That probably helps everyone, even like warlocks and stuff. So this is a good pull here. I don't think I get over 300, but still a fun one on Fortified. So we're heading down to the last big dragon pack. This is also another good one on Fortified. Kind of come in here, wait for the tank to get aggro. Immediately CC the mob. I was targeted, so took care of that real quick. The camera angle does get a little wonky here, but I shapeshift to get rid of the dot. So you can shapeshift, freedom, dispel. Druid's easy. I can just shapeshift out a cat, come back in. I don't send Berserk here because I was holding it for the boss. But Convoke does come off cooldown, and I send that, I think, as soon as I get to 0 combo points. So yeah, I've been trying to send Convoke on cooldown with no combo points. Really jumping up the charts here. I think I get into the 300s. Trying to avoid this. Got my back against the wall. Sending my free Ferocious Bites. Yeah, that's a good pull. So towards the end of the last boss here, we gather up a good bit of mobs. Get my CC off. See, I can focus so much more on interrupts. I'm not using Ursul's Vortex and Typhoon enough. I have to work that into my rotation a little more because it's so powerful. Sending Convoke on cooldown, trying to get maximum combo points out of it. Get around 400k here. Another good pull here at the end, lots of mobs. So we are back live at the end of the day after running, I did a fair bit of dungeons. I'm up to 1194. So I have the one untimed Azure Vault, which we went over, and then I was able to get 3+3s, Ruby Life Pools, Alderman, and Halls of Infusion. And my vault is full LFR. I've got full 509 gear coming tomorrow. I've got 1500 flight stones. I'm sitting on some worms crests. So lots of grinding today. I'm up to 489 with still the 2-piece. Got the icon up to 512. I pretty much sent all my resources on that because I was about to cap on flight stones. So this is going pretty well so far. The score is going to jump a lot next week as well. because I don't have anything on fortified. But after that, it's definitely going to slow down. And it's looking like probably a combination of 7s and 8s, maybe all 8s. I haven't really looked into the scoring system too closely since it changed, but assuming 17s and 18s will get you to 2,500, that's what's going to look like, 7s and 8s. Yeah, full vault coming tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have a catalyst charge. I have a champion headpiece, and hopefully get something out of the vault to get 4-piece, or maybe get something out of Algeth'ar sometimes before I record next. Yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.